Um, yes, but not just because the stats you just said, but I would say more so just because it's a very heated matchup between the two of us. Obviously, Coach Sweeney talked about it. We feel like coming into the season, a lot of people, well, the committee who decides on the schedule, they kind of set it up so that if Florida State would have had the season that a lot of people wanted them to have, this would have been the game where this decides on who goes to the ACC championship game. But more so just because we know Florida State is a very good team, regardless of what their season has gone so far. We know that when we play them, it's going to be a very heated matchup because that's how it is every year we play them. So more so just we just want to prove ourselves against another really really good program against a team like Florida State.
So Orange Britches getting Orange Pants being your players.
Oh man, it's huge, man. This is I was just talking to Christian about it. This is our favorite time of the year because every week we plan for something big. It's like we plan for a championship every year. So every week now because obviously NC State played for we needed that when to have a chance to play in this game and win the division. So Orange versus this game. Then after that we play Citadel Military Appreciation. Then South Carolina's going to be the state championship, and hopefully if we make it to the AC championship game. So from every week on, it's just another big game. So another championship game. So that's what I love about it, man. It's to go out there, opportunity to accomplish our next goal, which is to win the division.
You were named ACC Lineman of the Week for your effort against NC State. How much does that honor mean to you?
Oh man! And first off, just hats off to God and my teammates, man, because coming into this week of preparation, man, it was really tough because we know just how tough it is to go against that stretch runs of the offense and in that quick game and going against a team like NC State who we've had trouble with the last 3 years. And man, that's just a hats off to just my preparation, just my teammates, ability to put me in the right position to make the plays that I did. And I was happy to go out there and have success against them, because I knew it was going to be a tough game. And me being a leader on the team, coaches always say, when you're playing against a good team, your best players got to play well. So I was happy I was able to go out there and put forth a great effort for my team.
The betting line is somewhat outrageous numbers, but you guys, I mean, you understand, you're probably going to get Florida State's best game of the year, right?
Oh yeah, I mean definitely, man. That's why I said, man. Regardless of what their record is, we know that doesn't mean nothing to us because we know Florida State has a bunch of dudes who can play here, and a bunch of dudes who are going to play in the NFL one day. And we know that when they see us, and when we see them, we know we got to play our best game because regardless of, however we're doing that game, that particular time in the season, we're gonna get each other's best bet. And them coming to that valley just adds to it, man. They gonna want to come out here and have that big time performance against us. So it don't really matter how well they playing in the season, definitely.
Dabo was saying last night he was a little disappointed with the defense. By y'all standards, the last two road games
Yeah.
haven't been as elite as we're used to seeing. What do you make of that?
It was just the little things. That first half was something where, obviously that first series, that first drive, we came out, we stoned them on the first two plays. Then we just had a small mishap on that third down, and we just let a guy go. And then, from then on, we were playing them pretty well against the run, but we just had some small discrepancies as far as our passing game and stuff like that. So, that was really tough to deal with because, we feel like we had a really, really good game plan. But then coming out in the second half when we talked to Coach V and we realized that, it was just the small things and nothing that was really like big time problems that we had. It was mostly just stuff on our end that we had to clean up. And that's why the third quarter was so big. I think we shut them out in the third quarter, no points allowed. It was a bunch of 3-and-outs in the third quarter. And it came the fourth quarter, we bent, but we didn't break. So that was the biggest thing, I was happy that we showed and we put forth our best effort when we needed to, which was the second half, because they were up at halftime coming into the second half. So we know we need to play well, definitely.
You've got a great first step. You've got a great written move. Have you ever thought about towel stealing as part of your written move?
I've never introduced that into my game, but I mean I definitely do stuff to get into the opposing quarterback's head. I would say I'm more of a trash talker. I don't really do nothing as far as taking equipment and stuff like that. But I mean, hey, everybody's different. I ain't holding nothing against nobody for that.
Austin said there was a lot of talking going on Saturday. What's the best thing you ever heard?
Best thing that I heard. I mean, the best thing that I heard, I don't think I could say it over this. It's a lot of vulgar language in that. But let's just say when they made a mistake as far as like an interceptions or something like that with the quarterback, I'll say we said some really funny things to him based off that.
And I don't know how much you thought about your future after this season, but last home game
Not at all, man. I mean, that's not fair to my teammates or fair to myself. I'm just taking it one game at a time. To be honest with you, my plan, as far as that whole thing, I plan to come back and graduate next December. That's my plan. So, but obviously, you do gotta think about things when you are eligible for stuff like that, for the draft and stuff like that. But I haven't thought about that at all. It's funny you brought that up because when you say that, it's like, dang, I haven't even been thinking about that. But just as far as baseball being the last home game of the season next week, I mean, it's crazy. It just shows how fast this year's going by, and you really just got to hone in on the small things and taking it day by day and just really appreciating. That's the word that Coach Sweeney made his word was to be to appreciate, and that's what I would say. Just appreciate not just the games and the big time Saturdays, but appreciate coming out here and having the chance to practice and just to prepare with your teammates and have fun with your teammates just for this last couple of weeks before it is our last home game of the year. Definitely. It was his word for the year, to appreciate, because a lot of times we don't really, like I said, like I said, the seasons go by so fast. So a lot of times it's like in a blink of an eye, you just like, dang, it really happened like that. And especially coming off a year like last year, the biggest thing wasn't winning the national championship. It was more so the journey and how you got there. And it went by so fast, you just look back on it, it's like, wow, it's really crazy, all the different things that we put into doing that. And that's the beauty. The beauty was in the struggle and through the preparation for it. So that's really what it was, just appreciating every moment that you had together with this group of guys, because you're never going to have this time with this same group of guys again. Every year the team changes, guys coming in, coming out. So that's just what it is, basically. Oh, man, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I love playing against Florida State, especially, they playing a big-time pro-style offense. It's basically matchups on matchups. You got to go out there and win your matchups, and they got a lot of good players on their team, so I'm excited for the opportunity, definitely.